welcome back. Just before the break, we were talking with Lord Kazimochak, who's an attorney and a member of our law group, NPZ law group. And in the previous program, as well as today's program, a lot of good information was given on H1 visas and related issues. And now we have been discussing about L1 visas. So we were talking about L1 is L-1A and L-1B.
Yes.
But let's talk about, we'll decide about L-1A or L-1B in a minute. Client comes to you and he says, I want L1 visa. Believe me, they don't know nothing. They heard about the word L1. I want L1 visa. What are you going to tell him?
Well, I'm going to tell him that I need to look at his credentials. I need to look at the position that is offered abroad. And I'm going to tell him that I need to look at the corporate relationship.
Correct.
That's very important to make sure that it qualifies for the L1.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So as you mentioned before, it has to be either a subsidiary or it has to be some type of a branch, affiliate, some type of a corporate relationship between those two companies.
In other words, the corporation relationship is very clear.
Yes.
It's a 100% subsidiary, means the US company owns 100% shares of the Indian company, or at least more than 50%. So basically that's one factor.
Yes.
But I tell them, see, you know that recently they are very tight on L1s. They have so many documents, so many information very closely. You get a lot of RFEs and all that.
Especially on the L1Bs.
L1Bs also.
Yes.
L1 is also the last of question.
Yeah.
So I tell them to start with, we need to have an evaluation. I cannot take your word, there's this and this and this and that, we are good, we have so many years. I tell them, also they are looking at the income in rupees. So what I tell them generally that bring all the documents of your Indian company. Tax returns, financial statements, how many employees are working there, what were you doing in that company, and also...
And the chart. Organizational
the hierarchy chart.
Yes, that's
and
important.
The US company. Now I'll talk to you in a minute about the new company, but they want to have the information about the US company, which could be an operating company, or he says, we don't have any company in the US, but we want to open one. So let's talk about that. The client is telling you that my employer is willing to open,
Okay.
or we already have a company in Texas for the last 5 years.
Let's assume that employees coming to the US to open up a new company.
Correct.
So it's going to come as a L-1A, as a manager, to open up the company. As far as the documents, it's very important to show a business plan,
Right.
all the corporate documents to show that the company was incorporated. There's not going to be financial
No, but it has
documents,
to be
but
opened
bank
already.
statement.
To that extent,
Yes.
you have to have already at least a corporation there.
Yes.
So prove the qualifying relations between the two companies. And when you're filing a petition, the immigration service want to see the lease, where it's going to be. And I'll take
The
a little
pictures.
bit of pictures of the facility.
Square footage.
And if they already
Yes.
commence the business, they want to see some vouchers, bills, transactions, and a lot of other documents they want to see as to whether it is a real company or not company, qualifying both financially and relationship-wise or not. So it's not, once upon a time, I tell you, that used to happen. I'll put a name of the company and later that is a subsidiary, no problem, approved. A lot of fraud happened in L1 companies
Yes.
before. So they changed this whole thing and now they've tightened up a lot. So basically once you have on your desk all the information and documents of both the companies, easy to evaluate and then try to figure out.
But I also want to point out that for that reason, they only give 1 year. For the new L-1A,
That's correct.
the immigration will only give 1 year just to see how the business
For a
is
new
going to go.
company.
For the new company.
They give 1 year so that after 1 year you file an extension. At that time,
We have
they
to
want to
show.
see that you have what you said.
Exactly.
In the initial, I see those cases also. Got L1, no tax returns, no money, nothing, no employees. They want an extension. I said they're going to deny because
Yeah.
you're nothing. No, you didn't do anything. So those people, some just overstay illegally here.
They want to see that it's a real and operating business.
Correct.
So in some cases you might not have, probably you did not employ many people, but at least you would have tax returns, you would have some type of invoices, you would have customers, at least something.
Okay, so let's say everything goes well, L1 petition is approved. And this person, again the same question we discussed about change of status versus visa processing. and this person has a family there and friends there, has a business there. He comes back and forth all the time. I recommend them to do the visa processing, get your L1 stamp right away from the consulate.
Mm-hmm.
But some people who change their status, again, they have to consulate anyway.
Yeah,
no,
but
they'll have to.
it's also up to the need. Maybe they need a person right away in the US, so it's up to the need, but it's preferable to just get the visa and be done at a US
see, also, I
consulate.
tell you what, people coming on a visitor visa, B1, B2 visa,
Mm-hmm.
they change to L1.
L.
They go there. The council also raises one other question, a preconceived intent.
Yeah.
They say when you applied for a visitor visa, you said you were going there only for a visit and you were going to come back after 2 months. You went there, you opened a business, you got to L1. We believe that you committed fraud, you misrepresented facts to us.
It happens.
Big problem happens. So I tell them, listen, what's the problem? We do your L1, you go back and petition will be approved, you go to the
Yeah.
council, council will be happy that you are a good person. You said you came back as a visitor, visited and go back. That's each case we have to look. One person already gone and done it, so nothing we can do. Already L1 change of status. Then he has to explain what happened, and the company told him while he was on a visiting here, meeting some people. The president of the company says, "Would you be interested? Is there a scope there for our company?" I said, "Yes." Say, "Okay, you go ahead and do that." So he has to convince the council that this is a decision
Certainly.
that happened after I going there. I had no
Yes.
preconceived, pre-planned. There was no pre-plan on that.
Or maybe, if the applicant got the B visa a long time ago, let's say 5 years
Exactly.
ago, maybe there would be no problem. So we do have to evaluate.
One other thing I very quickly want to say is very important. People get a green card very quickly on L1. Those
Yes.
people that have a L1 visa can get a green card.
Through,
Once in case of new companies, they must operate that company for 1 year
yes,
before a petition can be filed. Correct?
that's correct.
So that's a very good thing, but that only applies to L1As, not L1Bs.
It only applies to L1As because it's only for managers and for executives. So it's very quick because it's EB1. There is no wait time, no line, so it's preferred.
Yeah, one other thing quickly is L2 visas. The wife of a L1, there is a new law for last few years. She can get a permission to work also.
Yes.
We've been fighting for H4s also, but not yet.
Let's hope
let's
it will come.
I know. So that's a very good important information.
Now, L1A. L1A is good because it's for 7 years,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
L1B, it's only for 5 years.
Right. But it's easy to, the last point I want to make is that I had a president of a pharmaceutical company in India. He said, I don't want no L1, nothing. Just get me a direct green card. No problem. Because as long as he meets all the requirements of L1, he doesn't have to
can do
come on
that,
an
yeah.
L1. I filed I-140, approved, done. Within 8 or 10 months, he was here and green card, whole family, husband,
Yeah.
wife, and children. I think we're running out of time again. You are giving such a wonderful information. They are very, very happy to see you, Lota जी. और आप सबको माइकल फुलवानी का नमस्कार, आदाब, सत श्री अकाल. Please keep watching us every Saturday at 1 p.m. only on TV Asia. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And thank you.